I'm Michael Diath and I'm the Regional Director for the Eastern Region with the Department of Education and Early Childhood Development. This piece of work, Asia Engage, has been a really exciting project. It really originated from some key questions for us really about looking at the rapid growth and development in China, looking at some of their outstanding results that they are achieving in terms of educational outcomes, and then thinking really carefully about our region, about Victoria in general, about the really diverse nature of where we live now, and what it's like for young people to be increasingly globalised, living in a really internationalised world and society. That took us to thinking about current work that goes on in education in engaging students around Asia, sister school partnerships, second language learning, building intercultural understanding, and just how effective we really are with what we're doing in that space. One of the things we really wanted to explore is how you could build a really successful partnership with a school in China, and what would that take? There seemed to be some key elements to us. One is that the education systems needed to be able to talk to each other. They needed to be clear on what it was they were wanting to achieve together so that they could actually provide the support for the schools to deliver any program that ended up being developed. So we sought about doing that. The next element was, how do teachers and principals build understanding, intercultural understanding themselves before they even attempt to achieve that with students? What is it that they need to know and understand? They need to know something about our big economic relationship with a country like China, for example. They need to understand elements of cultural life. They need to understand the education system and how it functions. And so too do our, in this case, Chinese counterparts.
Originally, a couple of years ago, the regional director and the leadership team became aware that we had quite a number of international students in some of the schools in our region, but perhaps we didn't have a strong cultural understanding in the communities, in those school communities around those students. Similarly, we had pockets in our region that were very Anglo-Saxon, with very little opportunity to develop intercultural understanding. And so the idea of taking some schools to China to explore the idea of exposing principals and teachers to some sister school relationships in China arose at that time.
We really wanted to explore some things about what it was like to work in an increasingly internationalised and globalised society, and what it's like to learn and grow in that society as a student. And we knew that we needed to focus on our educators first, that we needed to find a way to build people's understanding around, in this case, China and the broader economic relationship we have with China. Why are they such an important partner for us? Why would we want to engage with China? We wanted people to understand more about the education system in China, and we wanted them to understand about the practice in classrooms, and we wanted them to understand what it was like to live in China. So that actually sort of leads you to thinking about the design of a program, which has tended, I think, at times to be about quick sojourns into countries in Asia or in other parts of the world that give us some things but don't give us everything we were looking for to really build a strong partnership with another school or between schools. So the program had some key elements. It had hearing from people in really influential business positions in China, actually engaging in a specially designed forum with Chinese professionals, both teachers and system leaders. And then some time, of course, in the schools, but we wanted people to build that understanding before they went into the schools by working with teachers and having that opportunity to explore key concepts.
The program has had some wonderful outcomes in all of the 10 schools that have went on the first visit to China. They've developed that in various ways across their schools. A lot of them have been able to enhance their language learning programs. A lot of them have been able to actually have delegations come and visit already, and even to the point of having some Mandarin teachers come out from Suzhou. So certainly the program is well and truly meeting expectations and beyond. And another 5 networks of schools now are about to undertake in-country programs using the very same model later in 2012. 4 of those networks will go to China, to Suzhou, where we have that established relationship. One of them is also venturing into India, which is very exciting.
There are some particular methods of teaching in China, particularly around second language learning, that are of real interest and value to us. We've tended to look at them as quite traditional in our education system here in Victoria, but actually, they're actually highly effective. Equally, the Chinese are quite interested in how is it that we manage to do some of the things in our classrooms where we create the sort of dynamic between students and the engagement and learning from each other and the discussion. There are some of the distinctions, but what's in common? Actually, we both want to build a better understanding of the cultures, and we both accept and understand that our children that are in our schools today are growing up in a world where they are going to communicate with, have friendships with, have relationships with, do business with counterparts all over the world, and for us in Australia, particularly with China.